Yo! I didn't know it was going to end like that. I did not know it was going to end like that. That was some Rocky movie shit. He beat the shit out of Kovalev to the body. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live.
The end comes at 2 minutes 29 seconds, round number 8, as referee Tony Weeks steps in and calls a halt to the contest. The winner by TKO victory, still the undefeated light heavyweight champion of the world, Andre S.O.G.
We got to hear the post-fight interview. So in the meantime, let me pause this for now because I'm hyping shit. My God. Now, I got to be honest. I am upset at boxing fans for those who did not buy this fight and for those who call themselves boxing fans and didn't attend the fight, especially if you won Vegas. I didn't expect that. What was that, the 9th round, 8th round stoppage? Andre Ward? Brutal body shots. And the difference from the first fight is Andre Ward went to the body from the beginning. Now, even though Kovalev was the more active fighter, he gassed out bad. By the 7th round, they said he had threw 116 more punches than he did from the first fight at that point in time. So which tells me is that he was headhunting and he was really trying to go out there instead of boxing Andre Ward, which will probably be the excuse going forward, is that, you know, he didn't box. You know, he tried to, you know, finish him off. But I didn't expect for Andre Ward to stop him. You know, when you knock somebody out, right, it's a big deal. But when you beat somebody into submission, when you beat their body like a drum to the point where you saw the way he was sticking those body shots? He was dude put his whole soul in that shit. So we got so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. I guess we got to listen to the post-fight interview. So now it's like, where does Kovalev go from here?
From the official scorecards.
Got to get rid of John David Jackson, right? Okay, so let's read the CompuBox numbers, right? And I can't wait to see what the body numbers are. Here's the full total CompuBox numbers, right? 80 punches landed, 238 thrown by Andre Ward. That's 34%. Kovalev landed 15 more punches. 15 more punches with 95. He threw, what is that, about 160 more punches or so, with 407. Accuracy, 23%.
Landed, Kovalev landing 15 more and throwing 169 more punches in the fight. Landing out only a 23% connect percentage, but obviously what he was looking for was activity. Catch the eye of the judges. Power punches, Ward winds up landing 3 more of those, and remember all the body shots that you saw in the last round, those count as power punches.
So listen, now power punches. Now of course, damn, gotta rewind it back a little bit. Of course, Kovalev was the bigger jabber. He has a very good jab. His jab is devastating. Hold on, I want to see the
catch the eye of the judge.
So, when it comes to, God damn it, annoying. When it comes to the final punch, that's as far as power punches. Now, anything that's not a jab is considered a power punch. So, any punch to the body is considered a power punch, unless it's a jab, of course. We saw that Andre Ward was landing the harder, cleaner shots, but once again, Kovalev was more aggressive. It looks like he was headhunting. So Andre Ward landed 50 power punches, threw 144, and landed at 37%. Very good percentage. Kovalev landed 50, threw 223, 22%. Now remember, going forward, I feel, we haven't heard the post-fight interview yet, so this is all live. I feel that he's going to be talking about, oh man, I can't wait to see. So let's see what those body punches are and those jabs.
Power punches, Ward landing 3 more of those, and remember all the body shots that you saw in the last round, those count as power punches. And the connect percentage for Ward so much higher. That was meaningful. Jabs, that's a Kovalev category. 45 out of 184. He threw 90 more than Ward. He landed 18 more than Ward. Ward again, though, with a higher percentage. And by the way, the official judges, 2 of them had 67.
Hold on. So, Andre Ward, 27 jabs, Kovalev, 45. We know Kovalev's jabs are devastating. But one thing Kovalev is missing, and we saw that in the last fight too, and Roy Jones did talk about it, is that when there was times where the left hook was open, you know, Kovalev doesn't throw the left hook. You know, so he throws a lot of jabs, and his jab is devastating. But unless you're like a greatly conditioned fighter who does a lot of movement, it's hard to win fights off of jabs. So 45 jabs landed, 184 thrown by Kovalev at 24%. Andre Ward was focused on power punches. And the crazy thing is, he's been saying, well, he hasn't been saying, he's been hinting at it, but his team, meaning Virgil Hunter and his manager, Jay Prince, has been saying that they're going to knock Kovalev out. And everybody was looking like, yeah, okay, Ward is not known as the motherfucking power puncher. But for him to beat him to the body, but anyway, 27 jabs landed, 94 thrown. You know, by Andre Ward, 29%. He was going for the knockout. You know, so let's play some more.
For Ward, at the time of the stoppage, Steve Weisfeld was scoring it exactly the same as Harold Letterman and had Kovalev ahead 68-65. Let's go to Max Kellerman in the ring.
You gotta listen to this.
Wow, that was one of the more shocking conclusions to a major championship fight that I can remember seeing, Andre. How did you do it?
Well, first and foremost, I want to give honor and glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's truly been a focal point of my whole career, my whole life. I've never been the most talented, I've never been the biggest, but we seem to keep knocking down giants one by one, and I'm thankful.
So how did you do it?
I knew that today, this fight was going to be different. We had a good camp last time, we had some physical issues. Kovalev fought a good fight, but once I compute a fighter in my brain and have him in there, I know what I need to do the next time around.
Virgil Hunter, your trainer, was yelling at us ringside. That's what happens to bullies. But I thought Kovalev showed in the first fight that he was much more than just a bully. To do that to someone who's not a bully is even harder. What was the case here?
I mean, the first time around, just as a whole, the man is a world champion. He's defending his belts, I don't know how many times. He's been on top for a long time. I don't take away from my opponents when I fight the best. I give them their credit so I can raise my game. He's a great fighter. And there's not a lot of people that are going to beat him, but facing great fighters, you got to raise your game to the next level, and I'm thankful we did that tonight.
We thought watching ringside, I thought, Andre is having his way, and yet he may be down on the cards, because even as he's pushing Kovalev back and landing shots and discouraging him, Kovalev's still moving his hands and landing those shots, and he has a reputation as a big puncher and maybe winning these rounds. What was your feeling of the way the fight was going at the time you stopped him?
I felt like I was up. I don't know about how many, but again, you know, the championship fight really starts in the second half of the sixth round. I could tell he was getting a little tired, but he was still in there. He was still fighting. And then when I saw him reacting to body shots that were, you know, borderline, I knew I had him, and I had to just keep going down. And then I heard him with a head shot, and I just had to get the right shots in there to get it over with. We did that.
Andre, you are not known as a finisher, but when you hurt him, you certainly knew how to follow up, and here is the end. Tell me what you see.
I knew he was hurt. He was trying to cover up his body, so I'm trying to decide, okay, is it body, head? I got to take some to give some. So I just wanted to have that's what started him on his way right there, the right hand. And he was dazed, and I just had to get the right shots in there. I knew I had about 30 seconds to go, and I was just trying to finish it, man, and get
And here's the end.
Again, I knew it was close. I went right back to the body. I was probably borderline, but he was hurt, went right back there again. And he wasn't reacting, went right back there again, and he didn't react, and the referee stopped him.
You just authored the kind of performance that will be taught in gyms for decades to come. When you get a guy hurt in the body,
go back down there. Go back down there. Why get away from it? Let me ask you a question. Can I get on the pound-for-pound list now at the top? Is it possible?
It's possible to keep you
he's
out
number
of
one.
the #1 pound-for-pound ranking, because you didn't do that against just anyone. In the first fight, you overcame long odds, falling way behind to eke it out, and in the rematch, you stopped the fearsome Sergey Kovalev. I think you are the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world tonight. Is that important to you?
Of course it is, but I don't have a vote, and I keep saying that So I got to keep my head down and keep working, and hopefully against a great fighter like Sergey Kovalev, we'll get our credit tonight, and hopefully we'll get atop that pound-for-pound list.
Yeah, we got to hear what Sergey got to say. He's got to get that credit.
My wife, who doesn't get a lot of attention or a lot of shine. I could not do this over the last decade without her. She's a wonderful mother, a wonderful wife. Thank you, baby.
Andre Ward has left no doubt. We can't make no excuses. I don't want to hear no shit about no low
blows.
blows.
To say it before the fight, I thought clearly this is the best professional opponent you've ever fought, the biggest fight of your life. Are you now ready to say that this is the best guy you fought as a pro? Is this the biggest win of your career?
What you think? You think so?
I think so.
Yes.
I might agree with you. He's a good fighter, man. I get nothing but respect for him.
Thanks, champ. Before I let you go real quick, I'm going to talk to Kovalev in a second. I know you just had the biggest win of your career. Do you have any thoughts about the near future?
Maybe cruiserweight, I don't know.
You want another bout?
Maybe cruiserweight, I don't know. Cruiserweight, heavyweight, that's always been a dream of mine. Got to be against the right guy, but hey man, I dream big, and anything is possible when you got God in your life.
He's been talking about heavyweight for a long time now.
Joshua heavyweight, right? There's a limit to everything.
Anything is possible, man.
Thank you, champ. Congratulations.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
He's been talking heavyweight for a while now, like years. They're talking to Kovalev next. We got to listen to all this. It's all relevant. This is all real time.
Can you tell me what happened in there?
Max, like, I can't believe, like, I feel good, like, I don't know, I cannot explain it. This, like,
did you feel you were winning the fight at the time he stopped you?
Yes, not every round, but I feel that I keep good. I kept good fight, like good fight.
Did you feel that it was the same guy you fought in the first fight, or did you feel he had improved, like you were facing a bigger challenge in this fight?
You know, me was better and he was better this fight, like.
Both of you are better.
Both of we together was better, but I didn't feel like it knocked down like any punches, you know, like illegal.
So, you're saying you were never really hurt to the body until the final round?
Yeah, only a low blow.
Okay, here's the end. Tell us what you see.
Look, low blow, and I felt this punch. Again, another one.
What? So you looked hurt from a right hand to the head about 30 seconds before then. Did you feel his power on that punch?
You know, it didn't hurt like that. I could go down the floor, but like it was a low blow. It was a low blow.
It was below the belt, but it looked borderline to me. Was it all the way low, or was it a borderline low?
Like one shot on the low, on the border. On the border, and the second one on the low.
But they're not low blows.
You didn't know what I stopped the fight like.
So you're saying you could have continued?
Yeah, sure, of course. And now, right now,
should have took a knee.
You don't feel like it was a proper stoppage?
It didn't hurt. I didn't feel the hurt.
It looked ringside as though he hurt you. It looked to me as though you got hurt with a right hand up top, and then he started hurting you with hooks to the body. That may be what many people feel. Do you feel that it's enough to get another fight with Andre Ward?
Max, this is fight, you know. This is fight. It's like we are boxers. We're not the girls. Like yes, he punched me, but I didn't hurt. You know, he didn't hurt me, and I feel continue to fight. You know, like it's like I don't know why stop the fight. Like it's crazy. I want to get again fight with him and kick his ass.
If you can't get an immediate rematch, is it your intention to fight in order to get one? In other words, is this now something that will be the focus of your career to get Andre Ward in the ring again eventually?
No, I want to like get a rematch at once. How possible, short.
Thank you, Sergey, for an excellent fight once again.
I didn't agree with the stop judges, stop decision.
Jim?
Is that it?
All right. Quickly, let's take a look at the official scorecards.
Okay, now here was the official scorecards. What's it saying?
I recited to you a little bit earlier, but here they are in graphic form. Glenn Feldman and Dave Moretti both scoring at 67-66 to Ward at that point in the fight, and Steve Weisfeld identical to Harold Letterman, 68-65 for Sergey Kovalev to that point in the fight.
So basically, you know, it was a 1-point margin at that point in time. It's one of those situations like I feel Kovalev should give credit. I'm interested to see the post-fight press conference because, you know, when you lose like that, when you lose to either knockout or, you know, to be brutally body beat like he was, you can't really make excuses. And I understand how people are going to say, well, you know, the referee didn't do the job. Andre Ward was hitting way too many low blows. I'm watching in, what is it, 52-inch 4K. And if you're watching on the stream, or if you're watching on the phone, or if you're watching, go back and watch the fight again. You know, a lot of those shots were borderline. You know, and if they're borderline, then they're not low blows. If they're on the belt, then they're not low blows. Now, I'm not saying that there may not have been 1 or 2, but then you have to factor in, okay, well, what about 2 warnings? Or a warning, then a point deduction. But either way, you can't say that Kovalev got stopped because Andre Ward kept hitting him low. He should have took a knee. You know, he was clearly gassed out or getting gassed out in round 4. So I understand that the excuses are going to come, and I understand that, you know, there are hardcore Sergey Kovalev fans that say, well, this wouldn't have happened if he didn't get robbed in the first fight. But at the same time, this is over. There's not going to be a third fight. I hate to say it, and it's a shame that it is this way, but there's been people telling me there wasn't that many people at the fight as far as the arena was a good portion empty. They said, okay, people were saying about 60-70% was full. And remember, they downgraded from the T-Mobile Arena to the Mandalay Bay. I've been pleading with people for the last week, you know, hardcore, several weeks since this fight was announced, since the last fight's numbers came out of 170K or so. Buy the fight, support the sport, because this is a fight you're supposed to buy. This was some old Rocky movie type shit. The way he body beat him, the way he knocked him out. The sad part about this is that he doesn't seem like he want to fight Adonis Stevenson. He's 1 title away from being undisputed. He has the IBF, the WBO, the WBA. He's probably going to take a little bit of a layoff, you know, maybe come back in December or so. You know, I don't see Andre Ward fighting in September or October. You know, he seemed like the type of guy that after these 2 fights, because there was a rematch clause, he's going to take some time off. There's not a rematch clause now. He's got a host of mandatories that he has to fight. So he's talking about moving up the cruiserweight. I can understand him testing the waters. Heavyweight is too far, but he was talking about moving to heavyweight in like 2011, 2010. He's been talking about this for quite some time. You know, he doesn't, not this heavyweight landscape. I'm sorry. You know, but cruiserweight, you know, he can do some damage because he's shown that he does have a chin, and when he does get knocked down, he does get back up. You know, he does seem to have a problem with the jab, though, we've seen, especially when you're fighting somebody that has a good jab. There's been 2 straight fights now when he fought Kovalev, and Kovalev's jab was, you know, an issue. There's also heavy rumors that Rock Nation is on their way out of the sport, as far as the sport of boxing, and that he will be, if that does happen, he will be aligning himself with top-ranked boxing. His manager and close advisor and friend, Jay Prince, has 2 fighters who recently signed with Top Rank, so that's more reason for me to believe. Prospect, Olympian, Shakur Stevenson. Also, Bryant Jennings. I interviewed Jay Prince myself. Bryant Jennings, and I can see Andre Ward, you know, if Rock Nation leaves the sport. So I'm wondering, why not Adonis Stevenson? Now, Adonis Stevenson has a mandatory. Andre Ward has 3 mandatories because he got 2 more belts than Adonis Stevenson. So why can't the fight happen? You know, it's politics. It's politics. Andre Ward's coming off of 2 big pay-per-view fights. How would they do Ward Stevenson, because they can't do it on pay-per-view, and Ward makes more than Stevenson now? So it's a shame to say, but I don't see the fight happening. And as far as Kovalev, he can go fight Adonis Stevenson, but he'll be the B-side. But now you have to think, well, wait a minute. He was main events boxing #1 fighter. He just took a defeat, not just a defeat, but a defeat by body-beating KO. He lost by KO. So if he goes to fight Adonis Stevenson, he's the B-side. So it's like, where does Kovalev go? Does he go to cruiserweight? He was talking about going to cruiserweight before. Is he done with 175? There's so many questions for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. So I got to do a long video stream. We got to talk about all of this. And then about maybe 15, 16, 17 hours after this video, I'm going to do another recap video. You know, because we got to watch the post-fight press conference. Remember, this is all real time. You know, this video, I'm shooting this video as all of this just happened. So I'm still just in shock a bit. Like, yo, he didn't just win. He beat the shit out of him to the body. And he started from round one. And go watch it go watch it in slow motion. Go watch it in high definition. Watch it. And you can see straight from the beginning, Andre Ward was like, yo, I'm going to beat him to the body. And if you look at his face, and if you watch the slow motion, if you watch the replays, you see that he was putting his heart into those body shots. Kovalev didn't pace himself. He's got a chin, but the body can only take so much. You know, that soft tissue, those organs, the body can only take so much. So he says he wasn't hurt and everything. I just don't like that he didn't, you know, humble himself. But at the same time, this is boxing, it happens. I would have loved him to see him say, you know, like, yes, you know, he's a great champion and everything like that, but this is boxing, don't work like that. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I'm going to go take a piss, get something to eat real quick, and then start my live stream.